We are going to be going over 5 hacks to dominate social media when you're not a social media person. Because we need to help you outsmart the social media algorithms because your business deserves more than a cat video gone viral. I'm excited to be with you guys on this Wednesday and to talk about how we can help you with your social strategy, how to get more leads, clients, and just people doing business with you through social media, even if you don't know how social media works. Just a little bit about me. My name is Devin Gillen. I was born in 1998, so I grew up with these social media platforms. In elementary school, I had a Facebook, I had an Instagram. I grew up with 6 brothers, so they had a MySpace, and I knew how these social platforms worked, and I've been here from the beginning. And this is my family, Paisley, Emmett, and my wife, Anne Marie. We live in Utah, so I've been there my whole life, my whole 25 years that I've been alive, and just excited to be with you guys in Story today. So, just to tell you a little bit about Story and kind of how it started. So, there were a couple of guys, I worked with them at a mortgage company, and we were helping loan officers get more clients and leads through Facebook ads. The ads performed well. They got a lot of leads, but the problem was the leads just weren't great. The loan officers would say, hey, these leads aren't great. They're not picking up. They're not answering their emails. They're not doing anything. And what we wanted to do was we wanted to help these loan officers get good leads. So what we did is, this is 7 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago, we had these loan officers record videos, and we use that as the Facebook ad. So the loan officer would record a video, they give us the video, and we'd go use it as the ad. They'd give us their past client database, their real estate agents, and we'd call boosting, and we boost that content to that list. So their sphere of influence, or the people that they've been doing business with them, would see those videos. And take into account, this was 6 or 7 years ago, so it was something that was kind of foreign back in the day, and not a lot of loan officers were doing it. So the cost per lead went up, but the value and the quality of the lead just was incredible when they would come through, because these were people that actually trusted the loan officer because of the video, because they were educating, and because they were able to show their personality. Fast forward to today, we actually now have an app where we help any industry. So you can see some of our clients, they're speakers, they're influencers, they're coaches, loan officers, real estate agents, business owners, corporations, you name it. I think we're in every single industry that you can think of. And we wanted to help anybody become a micro influencer or help them grow their business through social media, because it's one of the quickest ways to grow your business is online. So what we did, one of the first problems that our clients had was they weren't sure what to say, or if they were good on camera, they would face what's called creator's block, and they just ran out of content ideas. So this was a couple of years ago. We were manually writing scripts for every single industry. We would have a hook, bullet points, and an outro, and it took quite a bit of work. Recently with AI, the cool thing about AI is in ChatGPT, now we can give you as many scripts as you need for your business through user-generated content. And second to that, it's good, relevant content, and you can be an established authority and know what you're talking about and feel confident on camera. So we looped in the scripts, and then we released our teleprompter. So it made no excuse for anybody to record content. We wanted to help everybody record videos. And the second part of that was, it was so hard getting video content from people just because it's such a pain from the day to day, and we wanted to make it easy. So inside of our app, we were able to upload that footage. It comes to us, and we take care of the rest. But that's kind of our story and who we are. And yeah, if you have any questions throughout, just let me know. A couple house rules. If you want to bring out a pen and a paper or something to write some notes on, we're going to go through some really good tips and tactics that you can implement into your business. And we want to help you guys implement that today and going forward. If you want to turn off all distractions, I promise you, I'm not going to waste your time. We blocked out an hour. It'll probably realistically take 30 minutes. But I want to make sure you guys don't waste your time and you're able to soak in all of the knowledge that you can throughout this presentation. Because this is for you guys. This is all knowledge. At the end, I'll show you how Story works. But these are things that you can actually start implementing in your business today. Also, at the end of this, everybody here gets a free video edit. So if you want to try out our services before doing business with us, we'll give you a link to our app. You can upload your video. We'll edit that video to a style that you select. And then these are some different styles we have on here, like Pop-Up Pro, kind of what you see Alex Hormozi, Modern Minimalist, and some other styles you can select from that will edit the content to. We'll match your branding. We'll sharpen it up, make sure it looks good. So if you're not confident on camera, we'll actually make it so you sound confident on camera, and we'll take care of all of it. We'll do that at the very end. I'll have a link in here for you guys to click on and upload that video through. Okay, so I want to talk about this, and it's funny, I saw LinkedIn posts about this yesterday, but we've been preaching this for years, and it's people do business with people they know, like, and trust. And especially with the boom of ChatGPT and AI, you can kind of sniff out on LinkedIn and other social media platforms what's written by a human and what's written by ChatGPT. For an example, a lot of posts that I see on LinkedIn will have a sentence, we'll have a bullet point with an emoji, another bullet point with an emoji, and then like another outro call to action sentence. And the problem with that is, first, you have to train ChatGPT to make sure it sounds like you. But secondarily, it's hard for ChatGPT to take those stories out of your brain and put that on paper. And one of the quickest ways to establish for people to know you and for people to like you and trust you is through video content. So they know you because they're seeing you regularly online, and it's cool. I'll go to events, or I'll have clients that will go to events, and without them even talking to them ever in person, they'll say, I feel like I know you from your social media. So that's problem number one. We've solved that issue. They now know you because you're posting consistently online. Second, they need to like you. It can't all be talking head educational style. We need to implement some things where they can get to like you, who you are as a person. So that's going when you're with your family, or personal things that you're doing that you can share online, so they can feel like they like you as a human being, and then just trusting you. That's where educational comment comes into play, and why it's so important is because we want to establish you as an authoritative figure on social media. So if someone were to visit your profile before they even do business with you, they already know you're an industry expert. And it is so hard to do that at scale through cold calling, through emailing, through anything you can think of. And it makes it so much easier when you're establishing this trust on social media. Take Grant Cardone, Alex Hormozi, these big influencers on social. And the reason why they did it is because they realized that they have all of these companies under their belt, but they themselves are their personal brand, and they are going to be what propels these companies. So they focused on themselves first. Alex Hormozi, I know Alex Hormozi for Alex Hormozi. And then secondarily, I know him from Gym Launch, and he has a few other things. Grant Cardone, I know him for Grant Cardone, not for Cardone Ventures or his other companies. I know him for Grant Cardone. And that's the power of establishing authority and recognition on social media. And that's what we want to do for you guys. And if you're going to do anything, this is why I have this as the fourth or fifth slide. I want you to do this month, and I want you to take it seriously and actually do it. There was a stat from HubSpot that came out. This was like a couple of years ago, so I bet it's higher than this now, especially through the years of COVID. And it was 83% of buyers will actually look at your profile before they even consider doing business with you. So what that means is if you talk to 5 people, 4 of those people are going to look at you online. They're going to look for your Google reviews. They're going to look at your social media. They're going to look at everything they can about you to see, like, hey, do I like this person? And can I trust this person? And then if they're not looking right now to make a deal, so I use the housing industry. So if you're a real estate agent or a loan officer, you're able to get to know them a little bit more slowly while they're looking for a home or considering buying a home. So if they're not at the moment, you're establishing this trust and this credibility with them over time. So when they are ready to go and purchase a home, they'll go to you first. But what I want you to do is over this next 30 days, or maybe you do it in November, I want you to write down three to five, actually, because you can pin more posts now, 3 to 5 common questions that you get from your clients and potential clients. What this will do is it will first give you really good content of what to record. And second, if someone goes and visits your Instagram, we call it our digital business card. That's the first place I go to, or Google reviews. You're already answering their questions before they've even asked you. How cool is that? So if someone visits your profile without even asking you a question, you've already answered their questions before they even spoke to you, or after they've spoken to you, they will go and find some answers from you directly. And after you have those common questions written down, I want you to record a video. You don't have to get it edited. I just want you to do it. And I promise you it'll help you with your business. And I want you to post the video. If you're not already posting video or recording, that can be scary. It's actually not. What a lot of people and what I've done in the past is I think too much through the video, and I just need to post the content out there. Once I post that video, we're going to pin those videos to the top of my profile. So when that person does visit my profile, I have thumbnails that answer common questions that I get asked. They can click on that video that has the thumbnail, and that video will answer their question. That's just a thing you guys should have on your social media if you haven't already, especially if you're a solopreneur, entrepreneur, or a business owner. Make sure you have those common questions at the top. What we're going to cover today throughout the whole thing is first, how to batch record your content. That's a common question that I get. Setting up your studio and appearance, a second common question that I get. How to implement branding into your content, especially with there's so many creators or people realizing that social media, specifically video, is so important. How do we establish your brand so it matches your colors, it matches your voice, and you're not recording the same videos as everybody else? And then lastly, how to leverage AI tools, including ours, to create engaging video. This is what we're going to cover today. We will have a recording at the end of this. I'll send over with the slides and everything that you need, but I'm really excited to dive into the details. And then lastly, delegating your video content, social management. We'll cover that at the very end, something that we do. Would love to show you guys how that works after everything. So good thing, when you're batch recording content, there's a few ways I've seen this done and a few ways that I recommend. There's pros and cons to all three. So first, monthly. If you're going to post one video every week, you want to pick out a day where you can record 4 to 5 videos. And I'm using a minimum. You want to be at about 2 to 3 videos a week or once a day. But let's just go very minimalistic on this realistic approach. So if you plan out 5 videos, you're going to pick a day at the beginning of the month or at the end of the month, and you're going to set some time aside on your calendar to record those 5 videos. The con of that is you're not able to keep up with trends that are happening and updating every week. So the second option I recommend is recording these videos weekly. So Monday, if you want to plan out just like not even 30 minutes, maybe 30 minutes to an hour to record your video content for the week, if you are posting every day, that's a great way to make sure you're keeping up with the trends of what's going on this week, but it makes you accountable because you have that time block on your calendar. And lastly, the last option is recording it daily. This one can get pretty intense. So the con is if you miss a day, you're going to miss a day. You don't have a backlog of content to go through. The pro is you are very up to date what's going on in your market and that day of. So the reason why you want to do this, if anybody in the audience has read Atomic Habits, is we want to make it very obvious that you need to do a certain thing. And if we book that on your calendar, you're more likely going to do those videos than just saying, hey, I'm going to get to these this month. Let's actually book a date. Let's batch record that content and get it done. Secondly, so this comes from Atomic Habits too that I've learned. We want to make it really easy. So it's not necessarily setting up an entire studio, but the day before you record your content, have your stuff ready where you feel confident in recording those videos. So if that's either setting up your studio with your lighting and your camera, or if you're recording on your phone, which I highly recommend, is have your outfit picked out for tomorrow that you want to record, that you'll feel confident in and comfortable in. Have that picked out the day before, have your mics charged up, have everything ready to go. And it's because we want to make it easy for you to record that content or you're not going to do it. Once you make it difficult, it's just going to be too much of a pain because content's going to be the last thing on your mind. And then this goes back to also making it obvious and easy, but we want to have you script out your videos, at least a rough outline of what that looks like before you start recording. So I have some people use a teleprompter. I have others that just use their own knowledge and use bullet points, and I'll explain why it's important to use either or, but have topics that you want to talk about the next day so it makes it very easy and obvious what you need to record tomorrow. Those are the 3 things you should get ready when you're batch recording content. Setting up your studio. So I can't express enough how important it is to have good lighting. So either invest in a selfie ring light or just turn your desk where it's facing the window so the sunlight's on you. but please invest in good lighting. Second, you need something that will bring dimension in your background. So either that's a lamp. I have LED lights in my background and a little lamp thing right there. It just brings dimension in the video. So that's another thing you'll want in your videos. And if you're outside, just make sure there's like a tree or something in the background that separates you from the background and is very obvious. It will just help it'll help put you more in focus when you're recording the content. And then please invest into good mics. I can't tell you how many videos I've listened to where either the person's recording on their phone and they're covering the mic at the bottom, or there's wind going on, or it's just very hard to understand them. And these mics are only $35 on Amazon. I'll send you a link afterwards, but I invested $300 into Rode mics, and they literally are the same quality, and if not better, for these $35 mics on Amazon. The cool thing about these mics too is you can actually interview someone with 2 sets, just like Rode mics. You can do it exactly the same. Please, I promise you it's worth it. We want your sound, we want your voice to sound crisp. We want it to sound clear. We want it to sound very authoritative. So when you are speaking, people listen. And then lastly, just using your phone. Everybody here, I hope, has a phone or some type of smartphone. And your camera's on there. It's so easy just to pull out your phone and record a video. And a lot of people, and this is my story, I invested into a $2,500 camera. I said, okay, I'm going to record a video every single day with this camera. And it actually made things worse. I wish I would have just used my phone. The quality is the same. I lost $2,500, and it makes it more difficult for me to record video than just pulling out my phone and make it easy to record. So those are the only 4 things that you need to get started. Good lighting, something to bring dimension. You don't have to purchase it because you can record it outside. Good mics, $35, and your phone. So with the selfie ring and the lights and the microphone, you're spending around $70, right? To record good, engaging content that people will actually listen to. And writing out your scripts, there's 3 things that you have to understand when you're writing a script for social media specifically. That's first, your hook. How are you going to capture your viewers' attention? Second, your message or your bullet points. And lastly, your call to action. What are you going to ask these people to do once they've watched your entire video? And some common mistakes that I see, so I'm about to say to you guys about a month to 3 months of recording footage, is a lot of people introduce themselves at the beginning of their video. And I'll go into how the algorithm works later on, but let me just tell you, nobody cares who you are. And I know that's a hard thing to understand, but they care about the problem that you're solving for them. So if I were to hop on video and I said, hi, my name is Devin Gillen, and they're going to swipe and go to the next video. Nobody will care about that. But if I have a common question that I'm getting asked that I use as a hook, or if I'm using an FAQ or a frequently asked question or a stat or a statistic, that will help it so it performs better on that hook. Another mistake that I see is a lot of people explain what the video is about before getting into the video. So they'll first introduce themselves and they'll say, this video that I'm going to talk about is this. Just go straight into the hook, get them captured, and they'll learn the rest through the video if you're doing it the right way. Another thing that I see is talking in circles. So that's why we highly recommend either a teleprompter or just having bullet points planned out before you record the video. You have a minute, especially if you're posting a YouTube Shorts, you only have 59 seconds or less, and you need to have those bullet points very clear of what you're going to talk about, or you're likely going to be talking in circles. And then lastly, trying to get the sell. Social media is to help you grow your business, but if your end goal is just to keep getting sales, then people are going to sniff that out right away. They want to see you as someone they can know, like, and trust. And if all you're focused on is sales, they're going to see you as another salesperson. So those are just some common mistakes that we see at our company at Story, and kind of what creators are doing and what we help them with to stop doing those things. Tips for engaging video. So actually, let's go back a little bit. Start the video off with a how-to or a big statistic. Get them captured into the video. You only have 3 seconds to do that. So make sure your sentence is very compelling. There's a lot of resources. So you can even go to ChatGPT and say, can you give me 5 hooks that implements this type of style with this keeping in mind? And it will give you those things. Writing out the script beforehand with bullet points. So our app actually helps with this, but if you don't want to use our free app for some reason, grab a sticky note, write down your bullet points on the sticky note, and slap that on your phone right here. What that does is it keeps my video in focus of what I need to talk about. So when I do record it, I remember the things I need to talk about inside of there. And then lastly, ask the audience to engage the platform that they're currently on. The reason why that is important is because people are going to stay in those platforms. And when there's a rough transition to go somewhere else, they're likely not going to do it. Good example of this. I was on a video the other day, is Instagram Reels, and someone posted a short form YouTube video. They basically had their long form YouTube video. They put a short clip inside of there, and they said, check out the rest of my video on my YouTube if you want to see the rest. And the top most liked comment by far, and I'm talking about millions, said, buddy, nobody is going to go outside of this platform to go to another platform to go and watch your video. They're just going to stay here. And I thought it was interesting because that's right. When someone says, go and watch my video, first, the social platforms like Instagram and Facebook don't want to recommend YouTube to their algorithm. So they're going to make it as difficult as possible to go to YouTube. So asking people to stay in the platform to ask questions that make it easy, like, hey, can you like my video? Can you share my video with someone that you know? Or can you save the video? Or what did you think of the video? Leave a comment. It's keeping them in the platform. And you're using an overall approach instead of making it very specific to one platform on your ask. Okay, that's how that works with video scripts. Implementing your style. So a lot of people, they think they have to be someone completely different that they're not when they get on video. And you truly don't have to do that. If I see you as someone super exciting, enthusiastic on your videos, and I meet you in person and you're very monotone, you're very boring, I'm going to be like, who is this? This is not the same person I saw on the videos online. And that's why we got to be ourselves. It doesn't make your videos perform better if you're enthusiastic or if you're more monotone. What really works is getting you business. And if you're acting like someone you're not, people will sniff that out right away. So be who you are. Act like you would in person. Comment and post in your own language and don't just comment for the sake of commenting. Good example of this is a lot of people just leave emojis. I think there's even LinkedIn automation that will leave like very generic comments like, great video, that was awesome, great. And what we want to do is we want to ask questions to get the audience engaged. So if I go and comment on a video, I'd want to say something where I implement what they said in the video and then ask a question. What do you think about this? That will get first the person that created the video to respond back to you. So now you're going to see more of their stuff if that's a potential client or a current client. And lastly, if you have a brand guide, I strongly recommend implementing your subtitles, captions, and graphics into that guide. The reason why is we want to separate you from everybody else, and you have a brand book or a guide that you've created. Let's go and implement that into your stuff so you can separate yourself from everybody else. There are some good AI tools. And again, I'm going to cover our tools, but these are ones that you can definitely look out for. First, it's ChatGPT. You can ask it to create scripts. What it'll do is it'll give you a script, but it's not going to be perfect. I'll show you kind of how we make that easy. Second, Descript will edit your videos. It'll add subtitles, very generic. It'll get the job done, but really we want to focus on high quality content. So if you just need something to add captions, that works great. And then lastly, vidIQ. vidIQ gives you YouTube scripts. Tells you what's trending, all of that. But we have everything implemented into one platform. So you can use these, or you can just use ours, a one-stop shop. So you don't have to add 3 other platforms or 3 other softwares to your workload. And the first thing we want to do is making sure we keep our video hooked when we are getting videos edited. So if we are using any of those tools, every 2 to 3 seconds, we want something happening. There was a study, if anybody has kids here, of why CoComelon is so addicting. Actually, I haven't watched CoComelon with my kids in about a year since this came out, because it's kind of crazy, but it's crazy with anything. It was every 2 to 3 seconds, the scene changes, so it keeps the kids addicted to it. And I'm not gonna lie, I got pretty engaged when CoComelon would go on, and I never knew why. It's not like anything exciting, but what I realized was it's true. Every 2 to 3 seconds is something happening. So in your videos, we want to do the same thing. How do we do that? We have pauses in between sentences. We have pop-ups, rough cuts where it cuts to the next scene right away, transitions, B-roll footage, stuff that will make the video engaging every 2 to 3 seconds. So once we've got them hooked, we can keep them engaged throughout the entire video. Now, editing your videos for social media, there's a few things that looks like and that you can do. First is adding subtitles that you see here on the first screen. Second is adding like an animation that may be walking across your subtitles or something that brings flair to the video. And lastly, making sure you create a good, compelling thumbnail. And now we're going to dive into how the social algorithms work. I told you guys this is going to be jam packed. We'll probably go a little bit above 30 minutes. I know we planned out an hour. And at the last part of this, I'll show you how our stuff works. So the old way, and I know this too because I had Facebook when I was a kid, which I probably shouldn't have, but I only saw content from my friends and my family. So I had to be friends with someone inside that I knew to see their content. The content was in chronological order, so it was based on time. If someone posted something, I'd see that post, and then just it would follow in chronological order. That's how it worked. When TikTok came out, it kind of changed the game for everything for good. This is actually good. It made it so it's based off of likes and interest and not necessarily who you know. So you don't actually need to be following that person in order to see their content and vice versa. If you're someone that's a mortgage expert and they're looking into housing, they're going to be likely to see your content because it's based off of likes and interests. That works with TikTok, that works with Instagram Reels, that works with Facebook Reels, that works with YouTube Shorts. And if you are on LinkedIn, you'll notice they've been implementing the strategy. I don't even think I see people that I'm connected with anymore. It's really based off of what is interesting to me, and they're implementing it slowly, but it is getting done. Which is good. That's good because then you don't have to pay as much ads because you're hitting the people organically without spending a time, and they will see your stuff. Some Facebook tips: avoid using hashtags, just things to write down. Leverage Facebook Reels instead of Facebook Video. The reason why that's important is not enough creators on Facebook Reels. Not enough people even know about it. And Facebook Reels works just like how TikTok and Instagram Reels works too. Boost your content to your client or leads. So there's this cool thing that you can do. You can take your past client database, first name, last name, email, and phone number, or maybe leads that you're going to call, and you can actually boost that content so it hits their feeds, even if they're not friends with you or following you. The benefit of this: when I go to an event, if I can get a list before the event, I'll actually go and target those people through that list. And I'll have people say, like, how do I know you from somewhere online? And I know it's because they saw my video on social media. If you're calling people, it works the same way. As long as you have their personal first name, last name, email, and phone number, you can even implement city and state. If you call them and they know who you are, it's likely because you're hitting them before you even talk to them. So it's just a good strategy to implement for your business. Instagram tips. This is one of the best posts I've ever seen. There's engaging social caption. There's a clear call to action. He sourced the article, the hashtags relate to the video, and he added a trending song. Like, if you want to screenshot that, and I'll have this presentation at the end, that's literally a perfect post that I've seen for Instagram. TikTok, keep your caption short, add 1 to 3 trending hashtags, and then add trending music from the platform. Same with Instagram Reels. It works the same way. We want to add trending songs that are going on. So if someone were to click on that song, you're more likely that your video will be seen because it's in that feed of other trending songs. And then create the thumbnail inside of the app. They want you to edit inside of your platform. So if you do get your video edited outside of that, just make sure you do one kind of editing in there to keep it so the platform rewards you. YouTube Shorts, keep your caption short, add hashtag shorts at the end of your title, and then add trending music from the platform, just like TikTok. But what's cool about this is that same video can be used across all platforms. What's going to be different, though, is your caption, your hashtags, all this stuff with the intricacies in the platform. But it's nice because you only have to record one video. And then shorts can only be 59 seconds. If you even post a minute or more, it will post as a regular YouTube video and not a short. LinkedIn tips. Written content actually does work best. I know they're trying to implement more video, specifically vertical. I've never seen so many vertical videos in my life on side of LinkedIn than compared like this entire week. You want to add 3 hashtags that match the post. And then you also want to leverage carousel posts. Same with Instagram. You want to leverage carousel posts. If you want it to look like a good carousel post on LinkedIn, don't post them as images, post it as a PDF. I'll send it at the end of this, but you'll see. It just looks a lot better. It looks like an actual slide instead of just 3 random images on there. If you do post those carousel on LinkedIn, post as a PDF. And then reviewing your social stats. So don't just look for followers, likes, and comments. How many people are saving your content? How many people are sharing your content? What's your engagement rate percentage? So what that means is how many people are seeing your content compared to in actually engaging with that content. And then look at your website traffic. Is your website traffic going up? Are you getting more sales? Look at these things that will inherently benefit your business. And delegating your content, there's a few things that you want to do if you work with us or any agency or company, and it's set goals. Make sure you set goals beforehand that are realistic and something that you can keep each other accountable on. Second, have your brand book ready. So if that's a logo and colors, have those things ready so it's easy for that team to implement. And lastly, make sure they have an easy way for you to upload that content. I'll go through how we solve all 3 of those problems, but those are just 3 things if you do delegate your content, you should look into before you start working with them. Okay, last thing, and then we'll go into what we do. So just 8 tips to grow a TikTok community. There's a lot of people that got interviewed, what worked well for them on TikTok. And if you're trying to grow a community quick on TikTok, this is how you do it. First, what makes you different? So you want to have your individual stories, handouts, what makes you different from everybody else. And then your experiences. Second, share stories. So share personal stories, business stories, share stories that people can actually connect with. And testimonials. And if you have like speaking engagements, share those too. Understanding your hero's journey. So actually putting your viewer in mind and not just yourself for the sell. What are they thinking about? What do they want to know? Where is that person in their journey? Educating your audience. So this is the type of content we really focus on and that works really well for our clients, extremely well actually. And it's just focusing on educating different tips and tactics that people can use in their business or real life. Creating audience engagement. So a Q&A is a good way of doing that. Having people send in questions, you answering those questions, either through a podcast style or just talking head style, it doesn't matter. But a live Q&A can actually help boost that quite a bit. Shareable content. So these are from podcasts. So just stuff that people can share. It makes it easy to collaborate with. That's the 7th way. And then lastly, documenting your journey. This is one of our most trending videos. And it's because we documented a journey. Me and Talon, we went into random businesses and we'd ask them if we could edit a video for them for free. And people really like seeing the raw, real life 2 guys that have never done this before going in and talking to business owners and asking them. And then just being consistent. Being consistent is one of the most important, it is the most important thing you can do to grow on any social media platform. That's once a day, once a week, or once a month. Just please be consistent when you do post your content. And then the power of collaborating. So this is another tactic that a lot of people don't utilize. It's heavily underutilized, especially for Instagram. And you could actually collaborate with people and it will go to their feed. So it hits their followers for completely free. So if you can find someone you can do a podcast with or record content with, when you add them as a collaborator, it hits their entire followers. It's just an easy way to produce massive amounts of content and then make it sounding natural as well. Local collaboration, just ask business owners, helps you reach more people in your area, and it boosts your business and their business. If you are using a video editing company, it's an add-on for them to record the video with you because they're getting it professionally edited. And this is what we do. Then I'll show you our app, how it works. So it's really as easy as 1, 2, 3 on the collaboration. You tag them, invite them as a collaborator, and then they accept it. And before I go into what we do, forgot this slide. Are there any questions? Does anybody have any questions that I can answer in the comments? I'll give a couple minutes, then I'll dive into what we do, guys. Okay. Question that came, we'll answer that as I go through. So they're just asking about pricing and how that works. So we'll answer that question in just a little bit. That's the only question I see coming through. So we'll keep going unless if someone has something they want to ask. So just let me know and I'll stop. So what we do is we edit the video, we post the video, write the captions, look up the hashtags, all of that stuff. We boost the video, so we manage the back end, and then we go in and actually go and comment on other videos. So what I'm going to show you is how that works inside of our app. So this app is completely free. The only thing you'd be paying for is the editing or the social media management, if that's something that you want. And I will pull that up right now. It is free on the App Store, Story with 2 Y's, and this is how it works. So this is the desktop version, but it works exactly the same way as mobile. You'll go in and we have it in order of what to do. So first is your ideas. If you give us topics, we'll go in and spit out AI generated scripts for you. If you want to write a specific idea with AI, you can actually go in here and you can say, why is the housing market, why is Utah a good place to move to? Tone, I'm going to select my tone. Let's do confident, attend an audience. We can just ignore that for now. You're going to select if it's for a short form or a general video, like a landing page or YouTube. It's going to generate inside of here. And I'll show you how the teleprompter works in just a second. I am, for the sake of the purpose of the presentation, I'm just going to reload and show you another script. So mortgages, this is what happens. Someone's topic is mortgages. We have a hook. We have bullet points of each thing of what to say, and we have an outro. You can actually go in here inside of the app on your phone and use our teleprompter. We did it in a way where you're saying one sentence at the time, so our editors can do those rough cuts. So every 2 to 3 seconds, something's happening. And if you are using a professional camera, we have a teleprompter you can use as well. So if you are using that DSLR, you can use that inside of here, put in your script, works exactly the same way. Projects. So this is what you'll do when you upload your free video edit. You'll go to projects, new project, title the project, select what type, if it's for social media or YouTube, click create. And we're going to go to style preferences. We try to update these as much as we can, but these are styles that our team knows to edit to. So we're matching what's trending on social media. If you click on the video or see more, you can actually see what the style implements. And you just select the type of style that you'd like. Orientation, if you have a background sound like your choice, you can do hip hop. There's a bunch of genres in there. Select it, and then you will click upload. If you do have instructions, put that in there too. What's cool about this is instead of going through Google Drive or Dropbox, you just upload it through your phone or your camera on your desktop, and it comes straight to us. We will also give you live updates of what's going on. So this one's like in queue for an example. This one's completed. So it'll say in progress and then complete. And then your videos will be inside of the library. So you can take that, you can download it, and you can use it on social media. That's how that works. That's how our platform works. That's how it works. And then I'm going to put a link in the chat. If anybody would like to schedule a call with me just to go more in depth about your business and see if we'd be a good fit. But I'll leave it for questions and get this link ready. So if you guys do want to talk through your business and see if it makes sense to work together, I'd love to talk to you guys. Throwing the link in there, and then I'll leave it open for a couple minutes if you guys have any questions before I go. Okay. One of the questions, so with pricing, our pricing ranges from $267 to $1,600 a month. It really depends on your business. So if you want to know more about pricing, it's on our website, but I'd recommend booking a call with me. The reason why is I'll make sure it's tailored to your specific business and what makes sense. And $267 to $1,600 for a full-on for video editing and a social media team is very cost effective, especially what we're doing. So that's how our pricing works to answer your question. Second question, the app, yes, the app is free for right now. So if you want to download the app on the App Store or the Google Play Store, the desktop version is just app.story.co. So you can create an account there. It does work just like mobile. So if you want to check that out, you can. But it looks like those were all the questions I had. So again, thank you for guys attending. I hope you got a lot of value out of this. Please schedule a time to talk with me if it's something you want to do and you're serious about. I'd love to help you kind of plan and tailor make that package where we can get you more clients, we can get you more leads, we're partners because that's what we do. We do it through user generated content, and we'd love to be working with you guys. Okay, thanks everybody.